4 kids on the farm. It is so early. Sorry, I'm trying to be quiet. Some of the kids are sleeping. Rachel and I are going far, far away to Tennessee to be part of the Homesteader of America conference in Columbia. It's gonna be great. They only sold like 350 tickets, so it's gonna be a really small amount of people. It's gonna be a really intimate group, and we're gonna have a lot of fun. RORY FEEK'S gonna be there. Joel SALATIN, Justin Rhodes, Rebecca Rhodes, KAYLEE Richardson from the Homestead. There's gonna be like family milk cow training. We are so stoked to be part of this. Not only is a little getaway, but having a lot of education and being able to rub shoulders with a bunch of cool homesteaders. We're really excited. So we got most of our stuff packed. It's gonna be a whirlwind trip. We're gonna learn a lot, and we're gonna bring you with us. It is so early that like, I'm not even hungry. Like I'm a little bit just feeling funny. So probably not gonna eat until we get to Chicago. And then, dude, I want a Chicago dog. And some kids that woke up to say bye to us.
So early.
It is 4:42.
It's early. Oh, and Daisy too.
Yeah, for the life of us, we can't get them up to do their chores. But here they
At
are.
4 in the morning, yeah.
All ready.
You just have to say you're going to Indiana every day.
Indiana.
Or Tennessee. Tennessee.
Are you guys gonna be good for Nanny?
You bet.
You guys gonna take care of the farm?
Yes.
Are you crying?
No, I'm not. That's from a yawn.
Oh, he's got
Oh
some
my
tears in
God.
his eyes. He loves us. All right, we love you.
Love you too.
Okay, made it to the airport. Got time to spare.
Remember that time we missed our flight?
We have done that before, and it is not a good feeling.
It's the worst.
Oh, dude. And we missed it. We are not good at traveling. In my defense, we were there when they told us to be there. Plane was still there, so now we're on standby. They changed our flights. Now we just get to enjoy breakfast. So we got some airport burritos and a smoothie that we're gonna enjoy. So we'll be fine. We'll get there fine. Okay, update. We're in Phoenix. Lesson learned here is just be early. Either way, you're gonna have to wait. At least if you come early, you know you have that seat on that plane. Otherwise, you're just waiting and praying and crossing your fingers.
I've never prayed so hard. Just like praying the whole time. Please just 2 seats. Please just 2 seats.
Okay guys, we made it.
Hallelujah.
It's like 10 o'clock. And we are going to check out our rental car. First thing I did was take a big whiff of the outside air just to see if I felt we were in a different state.
Kind of clean.
Yeah, it's smelling good. It smells all right.
We're so weird. We're all.
Oh, you gotta You gotta know where you are. You gotta smell where you are.
Tennessee.
Turn left on the I-65 South ramp.
You can't really see very much right now
I know.
because it's 11 o'clock at night.
It is 11 o'clock at night, but we got here. Hallelujah, we got here.
In a quarter mile, merge onto I-65
All I can
South.
say is prayer stinking works, people. It does. Because those flights were full and everybody was trying to get on. And we got on. We got the only 2 seats. Good morning.
I'm so tired.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. I just wish we had like 5 more hours to sleep before we started this little adventure.
I know.
Go get some breakfast and maybe we'll wake up by then.
We'll see. Excuse us for our glasses.
Yes.
Here's our prescription. Mine are not. So you can see my eyeballs.
I need these to see and to protect my eyes, so pardon me for wearing my sunglasses. If you're not okay with that, I hope you will forgive me.
So we're up and at 'em. Tennessee looks a lot greener than California. What are you most excited for?
I think the class that I want to be part of the most is like the milk cow class, the family milk cow, just because I want to make sure that we do that right. I want to ask Joel SALATIN some questions about meat turkeys too, but I mean, I'm just happy to be here.
It'll be fun.
It's gonna be great.
It'll be so good.
There's a lot more people here than I thought were gonna be here.
It'll be good. All right, let's go.
Their dogs in their purse.
I know, right? Yeah. Bring them in a little carrier.
The protein, feathers are protein. So with chickens, if you want a decent rate of day, 60 to 90, you're going to supplement with protein. The farm produces protein for chickens. It's called milk. If you go back and you read your old farm books, I love to see these heads nodding. Do you know how hard it was to find this information 20 years ago? My cows love it, my chickens love it, everybody loves it.
So the gal was just talking at the independent farmstead about these mangel worzel beets, which are like fodder for animals that people would feed all their livestock with. And they actually taste, it's like jicama. It's really, really crunchy and sweet. So I don't know why we don't, we got a pack of seeds. We're gonna plant these. That's so cool. And those things, you saw them, they're like a foot long and they're a couple pounds each. So
They're totally huge.
we're gonna be playing this game of spot the YouTube homesteaders all day long. There's Mike Dixon right there, Fit Farmer. I don't know if I'll get the guts to say hi to any of them, but
Hi.
I think we could substitute with other pictures.
Oh, thanks. I'm just checking them
If
out.
you want.
Okay, so What kind are these?
These are Californians.
Californians? Hello. Oh my goodness, how fitting. I hear Joel sound. So cool.
You don't have to wear a mask.
That's Joel Salatin right there, setting up a butchering table. This is pretty cool.
Take a picture. Anytime.
This is so cool.
These are not humans. They're not your Aunt Matilda or Uncle Ben, okay? They're animals, all right? They've been put here to serve a wonderful niche in the entire ecology chain. And the ecology chain operates on the basis, beautifully, of life, death, decomposition, regeneration. Decomposition can be digestion. It can also be a compost pile. But the point is, you got life, death, decomposition, regeneration, life, death, decomposition, regeneration. And this cycle, nothing, if anybody thinks something doesn't have to grow to live, they've never seen a compost pile. Everything's eating and being eaten. And if you don't believe it, go lie in your flower bed naked for 3 days, see what gets eaten, okay? That's the way things work. And that's a powerful spiritual principle that in order for something to live, something has to die. That's profound. And indeed, you know, when I talk to elementary school students, you know, I explain to them, if you want to truly live, you die to yourself and serve others. That's the ultimate way to be satisfied. A paycheck will never satisfy you. A gold pile will never satisfy you. Honoring the chickens in life like they've been out on pasture, not confined up in a anti-chicken respectful factory Tyson chicken house, as they've been raised with honor and respect to be able to express their chickenness and find bugs and eat grass and breathe air that's not fecal particulate. That creates a sacred space for this. If they're dishonored in life, who has the right to take them in death? The only way to elevate the death to a place of sacred sacrifice is because they've been honored in life. And so we come to this methodically, with no illusions to what we're doing, but also a deep and profound respect on the different patterns and the different principles that we see manifest in a bigger sense.
How hard was that?
It was so hard. But it was so cool.
You had Joel Salatin teaching you right there.
That was so cool.
One thing that we're really taking away from being here and meeting with all these people is like, people do things differently, people do things better. If you're able to take those little nuggets and bring them back to your farm, man, it'll improve it a lot. Look how green these pastures are. These pastures, our pastures in California, are crunchy brown.
A zero-waste community. We're a community of no greed, just sustainability in order to support ourselves, our families, and potentially our neighbors. Okay, so this course is going to teach you how to preserve real foods that are going to sustain you through anything. We don't need 600 jars of jam. Don't do it. Don't do it. I'm just going to tell you right now. Don't can what your family's not going to eat just because you can do it. Okay, that is wasteful. I am a minimize your footprint left on the earth kind of person. I teach my children the same thing, and that is the goal for this particular course. Okay, as much as you want to can every berry in the world, pick your favorites, do the rest next year. All right?
It's your art, you're setting out there those things. Perhaps it's gardening, perhaps it's a little garden, perhaps it's a chicken. Those two work good together, by the way. Those are two great places if you don't know where to start. Everybody likes to eat a chicken, even raccoons and possums and neighbors' dogs. But hopefully you'll eat it first. You'll beat them to it. Chickens and gardens. So if you really don't know where to start, those are great places because generally people act like they like vegetables.
This stanchion is a great stanchion. Okay, this thing just moves over and then closes again. With our stanchion, we've got a pin, a wooden pin that goes in there that we just put the pin in there. The thing I like about what he's got here is that it can be adjusted. So our pin is one size fits all, and sometimes you have a smaller head. Sorry about that. Sometimes you have a smaller head, and so she's able to pull back out. Okay. So it's really nice, or you could do multiple poles so that you could change how this goes in and out.
I thought you were taking a picture.
No. You're silly.
Here, take a picture, not.
Reaching for it, and it has already been picked. Everybody's got the easy stuff. And we're wondering why we don't have the life we want. And it's cost us nothing. We're afraid to leave there because it's our safe place. But sometimes you have to go out on a limb. You have to climb up that tree. You have to pick a limb and you have to shimmy out. You have to get to a place where it's scary and you have no idea if you're going to fall. And quite often there is no one else on that limb because they're smarter than you. But not really, because on that limb is all the good fruit. All the magic is there. It's where God really does what he does best. You just have to do your part. And so for Joey and I, it's again and again, it's recognizing that maybe God wants this to be more than just a place to store a lawnmower. And going out on a limb, saying, it's over, but maybe it's not over. Maybe there's something else. Or building a schoolhouse when I have no idea what in the world we're doing.
Second day.
Day two.
Day two. It's gonna be the best.
We're all completely dependent, aren't we, on this unseen world under the soil. What feeds that world? What feeds that world is carbon. Carbon is the fuel. Carbon is the energy. I'm being simplistic here, but in general, it's carbon that drives it.
So we just got done with listening to Joel Salatin's talk about like beef and pasture raising beef, which was phenomenal. I really appreciated how he likened the microbes in the soil to the cantina in Star Wars. I appreciate him so much more for that.
I thought you would appreciate that. That was so cool.
And he also described cow pies as dessert, which was...
Won you over?
Oh, well, I mean, I love Joel Salatin anyway, but that's my kind of guy who can talk about poop and not be embarrassed about it.
Urine and poop, I swear. It was really cool though, just to know and like learn from the experts and people who've been doing it for 20 plus years. It's so cool.
Yeah. Now we're just kind of waiting around. We're having like a Q&A with, I think everybody's going to be here. Justin Rhodes, Joel Salatin, and we get to kind of have a little bit intimate Q&A with them, which is pretty cool. So, do you have
learn some more.
Do you have a question you have in mind?
How do we properly irrigate without doing irrigation?
There's Justin Rhodes right there.
Water. My thing is water. I don't know.
I've got some questions about turkeys being pasture raised versus chickens. And yeah, we'll see. we have learned every single second that we've been here. So it's just nice to be able to relax and listen to the people who know everything. So.
And community, that's the best. Meeting all these cool people and, you know, wonderful people out there. I'm gonna finish this.
The best investment you can make is not Wall Street and not even as much as I love Dave Ramsey, you know, he just seems like he has blinders on. But even he now says, cash in some of your nest egg and go take a Vogue class, learn how to fix small engines, do electrical. So I think we're going to see a huge influx of investment in how to grow things, fix things, and build things. And those are all barterable. They're all communicable within community. I'll fix your refrigerator, you know, and you build my deck, or plant my carrots or whatever. And those become then a new economy, a sub-economy, basically, moving us back to a wampum and seashell economy of mastery within a community.
And then on top of that, those that you do follow that are sitting on this panel right here, is that you should be challenging them to teach you more. Always teach you more. There's more. I mean, really, canning isn't the only way of life. Fermentation really is. Joel needs to teach you how to do that. But always challenge. These people are here. We're all here for a reason. We want to teach you. Yes, we sell our product, we sell our wares, but in truth, there's more that we can teach you. So if you're following this person, or this person, challenge them. Push them to give you more. Sometimes we just follow the trend of what's happening right then and there, but there's more that we have to offer. So reach out to them and they can give it to you.
To get healthy, to save money, to do something productive with your family, to be connected to your food. That was the message. Well, the pandemic changed all that. And that's been one of the best things to come from it. Because you know what the number one convincing marketing message is now, which is what everybody's really craving? Food security. Food shortages entered my vernacular for the very first time in my life. Dad knew it, but I'm 42 years old and never knew that. And people couldn't get chickens at the grocery store. People couldn't get spinach or whatever. So, you know, our views in business, views up 60%, sales quadrupling. And not only are people just buying, just being crazy, they're actually doing it now. So I see it, you know, going into that, you know, and still selling, and people are losing their jobs and stuff. And I'm like to my assistant, should we even pitch? Or remember, you know, spring registration, should we even pitch? People are losing their. She said, you had the answer. You had the answer, and it turns out we did. Because if people start growing their own food, if they pay $50 to learn how to do that, they pay $300 to come to this event. You're just learning how to butcher a chicken with Joel, that's priceless. I mean, he saved you so much trouble. And they're serious, they're living it, and homesteading by guns and pornography is now recession proof. Okay? But this is a good thing, right? It's in alcohol. So it proved and actually grew, I see. And you know, it's not crazy climate now, but homesteading is not it's a trend, it's not a beanie baby. Whatever that is. What are those things? Fad. It's not a fad, it's a trend.
Is that a...
That's a girl. Oh yeah, sure is. And there's a donkey taking a dust bath. Everybody say hi to Jason from Sow the Land. What are you doing here?
I am filming for the Homesteaders America Conference, and I'm also filming for our channel. So that's all. I'm not speaking or having a booth or anything. So I'm really just kind of hanging out and just filming as much as I possibly can.
You learning anything?
Yeah, I'm learning that, you know what, I think for me it's more of just meeting new people, you know, it's hard for me to say, you know, to actually learn something as far as being where the speakers are at, because I'm just filming. But actually, like meeting you, you know, I didn't know you were gonna be here. And we conversate sometimes on social media. So, you know, just meeting other folks that I maybe know on social media, and now I know them in real life. So I think that's pretty special.
Yeah, man, it's been awesome just to chat with you. And so yeah, Jason's gonna have behind the scenes stuff coming out later.
For sure.
Yeah, sure. It's good to see you, man.
Don't break up the pattern when you're inspecting. So if you have what you take out, put exactly back in the same way. If you have a frame of honey and you've got a frame of brood and you put that honey right in the middle and you broke up that brood, that's the warmth. So you're gonna lose a lot of bees. So they know what they're doing. We have to learn from them. And at some point, you're gonna get to the point where you're gonna put the book down and you're gonna be able to learn and read the colony like a book. They're going to tell you what the next step is. And it's gonna take a couple of years, and you're gonna probably lose a colony or 2 or 10. You're gonna accidentally kill your queen. It's been done, I've done it. But it takes 16 days for them to make a new queen. And as long as you have drone, the queen's gonna hopefully go on her maiden flight and mate and come back, and they're gonna continue to survive.
You just want to do this check off, okay? So you want to make sure that you've got forage. You've got a good forage, enough forage for these animals. You're guessing at that, that's okay. But you want to think about the forage. You want to think about water. Water's got to be in there, okay? And enough water that the refill will happen faster than the cows can drink it out, okay? However you have that. Third, shade. Now, on a day like today, it's perhaps just as these cows, they may not need shade.
These are South Pole cows. I think these are the exact same cows that Greg Judy has. These are beautiful cows. I do like my Dexters though. Dude, these are just gorgeous cows. Rachel, we might need to get some more cows.
Several paddocks together will make a long cell that allows them to get back to trees. Now, every time that you're letting animals get back to trees, that's where they're pooping, that's where they're hanging out. That's not the best situation. But there are times when they're going to need shade.
By the way, this one-room schoolhouse, not even a big deal. We have a one-room schoolhouse. It's called our living room. Dude,
This is so sweet.
this
I love it.
RORY FEEK'S homestead is so awesome. Like, it's just I'm gonna have to start songwriting so we can afford stuff like this.
You're gonna have to start building.
Schoolhouse, right? This building, RORY FEEK'S said it looks like a jack-in-the-box. This is gonna be like a barn for their petting zoo. I would just like to have a barn on our property. Hey, let's go look at the hob hole. We'll see if we can get in here. I'm not even sure this is a root cellar, but if this is a root cellar, it is the, oh my God. It's gotta be. Oh, it's so cool in here. Light. It smells like pickles. It must be a root cellar. Oh, dude, this is the coolest root cellar ever. That's for air. Rachel's nervous. We are kind of helping ourselves to a tour, so I hope we don't get in trouble. Schoolhouse, we got a playground, pretty sweet playground. And here's the Joey's garden, little raised garden beds.
So we're at like the end of the conference. We're going to the dinner and everything has been fantastic. And do you have a favorite part, or what do you love?
Okay, yeah. Surprise favorite was RORY FEEK. I'm sorry that I've never known who he is. He is a phenomenal person. He's very talented, an awesome storyteller. Just last night had such a good time, and it was like the most charming,
I was crying.
Awesome little concert. I don't know if we could even call it that.
Yeah, no, it was so intimate and just magical. And
he was taking all of our questions. He'd take a question, sing a song. It was so cool. This whole thing has been just from beginning to end, it's been awesome.
Yeah.
Meeting people. We have fans, which is crazy.
We love you, by the way, our sweet little fans out there. But we are not like anything, like we're just people. So anyway, it's cool.
Yeah.
Because we're just people and we're just connecting with other people. Like
we're struggling like everybody else, learning how to homestead. And this has just been jam-packed with knowledge and experience. And I almost don't want to tell you about it, because if they have it next year and it gets sold out and we can't go, I'm gonna be mad. But right, it's just been
go, because
you should.
You guys should, like, if you want to grow, if you're thinking about homesteading, or if you just want to know more about it, or if you're homesteading and you have small scale or big scale, or are struggling with something on your farm or anything like that, like, there's so much knowledge that you can collect from physically going somewhere and learning from the sources that do it best. And I mean, just that time is amazing, and I wouldn't trade it for anything. And building the community and knowing you're not the only crazy person out there doing it is like, I don't know, that strengthens me. Like, I go back fired up to be like, all right, let's go homestead.
We all live on time we borrow, time our children to us lend. Here today, but gone tomorrow, like a spark flying in the wind. We all look up to our fathers, all our lives if all is right, and we all need our mothers when the day is dark as night, and the drums of war are getting louder, a sound you never heard before. Gonna come to your town, gonna find your corner, and we'll soon be knocking on your door. Someone calls.
We're going home.
Good and bad.
Yeah. We want to go home, but
got lots of stuff to do. You guys, we had such a fun trip. We're grateful to go back home. We love Tennessee. It's such a beautiful place, but we are grateful to get back to our own routine. You know, the whole purpose of this conference was to be able to take those things that we learned and implement them at home in our own homestead. And so we're excited to start doing that.
Yep.
And we are exhausted. It has been a long 2 days. So make sure you follow us along. Click that like button, subscribe to our channel, click that notification bell, all those things. It helps us to grow. It helps us to share our message and our little homesteading journey. We appreciate you guys, and we'll see you back in California.
How are you? Oh, she grew.